Hello folks, as I promised on Facebook earlier today that I would give a video update kind of as our steps, if you will, as to what we're going to be doing as far as reopening the church and the precautions that we'll be taking as a church. Just trying to follow a certain set of guidelines, making sure that everything is safe for people. You know, we have to balance, if you will, precaution with, you know, also still wanting to maintain the ministry and continue the ministry. And so we certainly don't want to put anybody in harm's way. Originally, as I had mentioned, I had hoped to have services the first Sunday in May, but that's not recommended at this time. You know, we could if we wanted to, but again, I've always erred on the side of caution, and I always will. It's just kind of how I am. And so we'll put that back for what they're saying now. What they're recommending now is to shoot for the 17th of May, which is a couple of weeks from now. The governor has lifted the stay-at-home order, and so businesses, certain businesses, not all businesses, but certain businesses have been okayed to reopen, and guidelines have been set up for that sort of a thing. And so, you know, give that a couple of weeks to get things going again. I guess they just kind of want to see how things go. But Lord willing, as long as everything goes well, then in 2 weeks here on the 17th of May, we'll have our first Sunday morning services. And so, again, truly looking forward to be able to get together and to do that. And so that's the plan. And so you might ask, you know, what precautions are we taking? And just a few things. Hopefully I catch everything, but you know, maybe I won't, but hopefully I do. As I mentioned, I think already at the end of one of my other videos, we'll space our services out. We'll just have a Sunday morning service and then a Wednesday night service. And so that space the services is out and allows time for cleaning and allows time for the dust to settle, so to speak. And so and we'll just have those two services each week. And so that's one of the things that we'll do, is to space the services out. Within the services, then, some things to do is to maintain that physical distance between people. There's plenty of space within the auditorium to space ourselves out, to put a pew in between families. Certainly families can sit together, are encouraged to sit together as a family. So immediate family members can sit together, but then again, spacing the people within the church out. Now that might mean that some of y'all have to move up to the front, and so, but that's all right. We've got room there for everyone, okay? And so spacing ourselves out within the auditorium itself. They're recommending no physical contact. I know shaking hands, you know, when you meet in church, and hugs and that kind of a thing is almost second nature to some of us, but at this time we need to forego that. I don't want to have to put signs up in the auditorium, you know, saying no physical contact, but it's so just as a way of reminder here in this video, you know, that we should maintain at least 6 feet from other people, and to avoid physical contact, which includes the shaking of hands. Normally during our service time, we would have a handshaking time, a time of greeting, and of course we'll forego that for the foreseeable future, okay? And so that's one of the things that we should do. As I've mentioned before too, anyone who shows any signs of sickness, by all means, you should stay home. And especially if you have a fever, which is one of the #1 marks of the coronavirus. The main symptoms for coronavirus are fever, a cough, and shortness of breath. Those are the main signs that they're saying at this time. And so anyone with those types of symptoms obviously should stay home. If you've traveled, especially out of state or even out of country, by all means, you should self-quarantine for 14 days before going out amongst the public and that sort of a thing. As far as nursery goes, we don't normally have nursery services as it is, and so that's probably not something that we do. They're recommending that if you do have nursery services and you leave your children in the care of someone else, that temperatures be taken, that sort of a thing. But anyone, though, who displays any cold-like symptoms, runny nose, sneezing, coughing, chill, by all means, please stay home, okay? And so that's a group of people that should stay home. As always, we're reminded to wash our hands frequently. That's always a good practice. And as always, we do have hand sanitizer at the church to be made available to you. It's always been there, and it'll still be there. And so that's one of the things that we'll do. There will be regular cleaning of the facilities. It's getting a deep clean right now as I speak, and so those things are being taken care of as well. As far as like messages online, I'm going to continue to do that. And so I'll put at least one message a week online, especially for those who can't get out. Because anyone who is fearful, anyone who is afraid to get out and amongst the public, by all means, you shouldn't be made to feel like you have to. You know, oh, I got to go to church and stuff because that's the only way I'm going to hear my pastor preach. And I want you to know that, no, we will continue. I don't think I'll do live streaming. I don't feel confident and comfortable enough doing that, but I will continue to record a service and put that online for folks, and perhaps maybe even a couple of services. We'll see how that goes and such. I kind of enjoy doing it, and I've gotten positive feedback from people, again, that can't make it or whatever. And so anyone who's fearful, by all means, stay home. God understands. Trust me, so it'll be okay. Elderly are encouraged to stay. And again, that's up to you. You know, if you want to get out and about, that's fine. We would welcome anyone. Anyone whose immune system is compromised for whatever reason, by all means, should stay home. And if you have some sort of vulnerable pulmonary system, you should maintain some sort of a distance, if you will. Okay, these are difficult times that we have to deal with, and it's the reality of this pandemic. But we will get through this thing. And so those are some of the things that we will do. Is just the spacing of services, the spacing of people within the services, the cleaning, maintaining physical distance between folks, that sort of a thing. Originally, the governor had said that he was going to require face masks for anyone who was working and people who go out to shop. He has since relaxed that order. It's just strongly suggested. It's not required now. And I kind of have to agree with that, you know, because with someone who does have allergies, it would be next to impossible for me to wear a mask. But if anyone wants to wear a mask at church, by all means, wear a mask. No one's going to say or think anything, that sort of a thing, okay? And so masks are there, and if, there are a lot of people that are making masks, that sort of a thing as well. So just looking through my notes here to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to. I do believe that I did. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to call me. My cell phone number is always available on the church website. I'll try to keep updates posted on the church's website as well. Keep those things there. Keep things posted on Facebook as well, just to keep people up to date and sort of that sort of a thing. So hopefully, as long as nothing changes, Lord willing, we will have services on Sunday, May the 17th in the auditorium. I'm also thinking that I probably won't be making a bulletin. That's just, again, that's one more thing that you're passing between one person to another, and so we won't be doing that as well. As far as announcements go, there'll be word of mouth, and we can put those on Facebook if there's anything important that needs to be made, then we'll do that as well. And so we'll be foregoing a bulletin, so that won't be a part of the service as well. So these are all just some precautions, things that we need to make and things that we need to do to try and make it through this. You know, eventually we'll get a handle on this thing, and whether they get a vaccination or find some sort of way to treat it better or whatever, then so be it. But until that time, we will get through. And they do say that as the weather warms, it will slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And so we're looking forward to that as well. And so, but things will probably be a little different these days, even in church and such. And, we don't know when things will go back to normal per se, having 3 services a week and that sort of a thing. Don't know when that will be, but I'm sure that we should get to that point eventually. Okay. And so, but anyway, that's my update, Barrett's Chapel's update, if you will, for the COVID-19 virus, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And that's our plan. That's what we plan on doing, okay? And so if there's, again, any questions, feel free to call me. You can email me, that sort of a thing. And we can answer any questions. Perhaps I forgot something. Perhaps I forgot to mention something. If I did, I'll probably just post that on Facebook, okay? And so hopefully this answers a lot of questions, and this can reach the people, and folks will know. By all means, share this video on your page. That way more people will see this as well, see the link, and can watch this, and we can get the word out to our congregation, to our members as well, so that they know what our plan is going forward. Okay? All right, have a blessed day, and this is Tuesday, and so I will see you again on Wednesday for our Wednesday night Bible study. All right, goodbye.